Jai Hind everyone, welcome again to the Patriotic IAS. Let's start our session on the daily current affairs that is based on the important news that we have covered from the today's newspaper. So we have near about 8 topics that we will cover. We will start with the political turmoil that is going into the Himachal Pradesh. After that, we will go for the Manipur policy, lay down the arms to the protest abduction of the officers. So here we will see that the insurgent group that is active in the Manipur, how that has become a headache for the government for the peace, law and order into the Manipur. Okay, this will be focus on the anti-defection law, whether we can, what is the condition when there is the Lok Sabha election and Rajya Sabha election, and whenever there is the passage of the bills. Okay, so this will be important for the prelims as well as for the mains. This is mains specific internal security. After that, we will study this inauguration of the country's first indigenous hydrogen fuel cell. So how it is environmentally very much clean, and how it is going to help India to achieve its goal for the different goal under the Paris Agreement as well as the Sustainable Development Goal. So this will be under the GS paper 3 environment, again for the mains as well as prelims. Then we will study Article 371 and special status that is given to the Nagaland, and how it is creating the issue in preventing the rat hole mining into the Nagaland and the other area of the northeastern states. Other states are also facing the same issue. Okay. Then we will study the India-Nepal official dialogue that is going on, and particularly we will study this Pancheshwar project that is for the hydroelectricity project as well as the irrigation project. So this will be under GS paper 2, international relation, India-Nepal relations. Okay. Then we will study South Korean president. He is about to visit India, so we will study again under the international relation GS paper 2, and then in the last we will analyze this article onto the economic crisis and overall economic prospect in the India. So let's start with the front page. Okay, so the first news is with respect to the Himachal Pradesh government fight for the survival amid the crisis. Okay, so what is this? We saw that there was the election for the Rajya Sabha, and in the Rajya Sabha election we know that it is the MLAs who votes for the member of the Rajya Sabha. Here it was a very very much a awkward situation. Here in the Himachal Pradesh, there was only one seat, and whoever have the 50% plus one MLAs who would have been elected for the Rajya Sabha seat. Okay, one seat was there, and as per the proportional representation, the highest number of MLAs are with the Congress, so Congress candidates should have the membership of the Rajya Sabha. But despite that, there was the cross voting, and it was the BJP government. Despite they have the minority, they win the election for the Rajya Sabha. So the question comes that why the defection doesn't come? Just does defection comes for the Rajya Sabha election? No, there is no rule for the issuing whip for the Rajya Sabha election. That's why there was no case. But due to the defection, 6 of the MLAs they voted for the BJP. That's why this government of the Congress has the majority, 40 MLAs, but majority that is needed is 35. So it is crossing the 35. But the 6 MLAs have crossed. So if you will reduce the 6 out of 40, so it will be 34, means minority. And in the Rajya Sabha, both the Congress and BJP got 34 votes, despite the Congress had the 40 MLAs. Okay, and BJP had just 25 MLAs. So BJP managed to increase 9 MLAs in its voting. So it comes that whether you have the majority to form the government, but the majority is tested when there is the confidence motion, no confidence motion. Okay. The other thing is that here the second case is that the budget session was going on for the state assembly, and if the government doesn't have the majority, if the government doesn't able to pass the budget, so it is not, it's considered as the government doesn't have the confidence of the house, and that's why the government should fall. Okay, so this is the case that is going on. Let's see what is going on. Already the son of the previous chief minister, he is rebuild again the Congress, and he resigned again. He take back his resignation. Okay, the budget that was passed by the voice vote, and there was the disqualification of the BJP 15 BJP members, so that the majority needed to should be reduced. That's why it was passed. Okay, so government would have technically lost the confidence of the house if it had failed to pass the budget. This is the case, so you should know. So this is all about, you should know, the first important thing you should know, that we cannot issue whip for the Rajya Sabha election. The first thing is that. Second thing is that if the budget is not passed, if government fail to pass the budget, government lose its sanctity, its legitimacy to form the government. So it's like the no confidence motion. Now the government have to pass to show that it's have majority. Now the Congress Central Committee has been formed to look on all this thing that is going on. That's other thing is political. Okay. Next important news is with respect to the in the Manipur, the insurgent group are on the rise, and one of the insurgent group that is very much on the limelight is the this Adambai Tengol. This is the insurgent group, and this belong from the Metis tribal. We know that there is the conflict between the Metis and Kuki-Jo community. Metis are the valley, they are living in the valley of the Manipur, particularly into the Imphal. And these Kuki and Jo community, there are a lot of tribals community under this. They lives in the hilly area. Okay. So here we know that already there has been the loss of lots of life into Manipur. The recent case show that even the police do not have that much capacity, because the people are supporting this insurgent group. And recently this case show that they have abducted the additional SP of the Imphal East, because the SP arrested, the police arrested one of his member, its member. The name of that member is the Robin M. He was the chief of the Arambai Tengol Shekmai unit. Okay, so this was the case, and after the abduction, we saw that there is a lot of support of this group. The police has been a bit isolated, and if the police do not get the legitimacy, do not get the support of the people, it's become very difficult for them to work. And this is the situation. If police will not going to work in a sensitive manner, there is chance that there could be the rebel from the people itself. People will become against the police, and that's why it has the case. Okay. Next important news is with respect to this BJP demand Congress-led Karnataka government resignation amid row over the pro-Pakistani slogan. Okay. So this is not that much important, because this is just a political news. We will not go into the that much. One of the member of the as per the allegation of this, one of the members of the Congress that is in the Karnataka Assembly who raised the slogan that is the pro-Pakistan. This is the case, and that's why central government and BJP is against that. They came to the bell. Next important thing that is for the prelims perspective, this Dharm Guardian, this is the exercise that is going on between the Indian and the Japanese military, and it is going on the Maharaja field firing range into the Bikaner, that is in the Rajasthan. So please remember, this is going into the Bikaner, and the name of this is the Maharaja field firing range, that is in the Bikaner, and the name of this is the Dharm Guardian. So they can ask into the prelims that Dharm Guardian, this exercise, army exercise that involves India and Japan, India, France, India, US, India, UAE. So the answer will be India and Japan. This is the Dharm Guardian. So please remember. The next important news that we are going to take is the PM Modi inaugurates the country's first indigenous hydrogen fuel cell. So here the hydrogen fuel cell that's become important because this is the environmental friendly, and here the hydrogens react with the oxygen and the electricity is formed. So here what is the basics behind that? This hydrogen combined with the oxygen and it's produce the electricity, so there is no emission. What is the emitted? Just the vapor is emitted, so this prevent the emission of the any of the harmful gases such as the global warming gas or the air polluting gas, any of that. Okay, so this is good, and but you should remember that whenever the hydrogen fuel, this vessel is very costly. That's why we are not able to use that. And beside that, this hydrogen fuel, this their production of this hydrogen fuel also has the difficulty. And during this hydrogen fuel, there is the need for the yes power, and by that process there can be indirectly there could be the emission. Okay, so this is all about, you should know. This is into the Kochi, and this has made on the basis of the art of technology. It is fully air conditioned. The capacity of this ferry is 50 passenger. So this river boats are very famous into Kerala. Whenever you go Kerala, you can see at everywhere this river boats. Okay. Next important news. One important news you should remember is this: Mizoram Assembly have adopted the resolution against the border fence. Recently, we saw that the border is open between the India and Myanmar. Now we are going to fence as per our Home Ministry, because in Myanmar there is the civil war that is going on, and the insurgents that are coming, and many immigrant, those who are suffering from the repression into the Myanmar, they are entering into the India. They are creating the pressure on the resources, some local chaos, because Manipur is not accepting, but the Nagaland and Mizoram, they are accepting. And here we saw that they are ready to accept the immigrant, because they think that they are our brothers, they are our same ethnic group, because that side, the Chin group, the Naga group, they have the common relationship, they have the familiar and matrimonial relationship with the both sides of the border. That's why the assembly, this is the 60-member assembly of Mizoram, they are supporting that there should be the open free regime that the government is going to end. Okay, so you should remember. Next important thing you should remember, that we have banned two of the faction into the Kashmir, so you can use this into your internal security paper. So this is the Muslim Conference Jammu and Kashmir. This is led by the Abdul Ghani Bhatt. Okay, and the second is again, this is the same associated with this, and it is under the leadership of the Suji, I think. Okay, so both the name is same, but the led by the different. Yes, Sumji. This is the Sumji. Ghulam Nabi Sumji. So please remember the name of this group is the same. Muslim Conference Jammu and Kashmir. One is led by the Abdul Ghani Bhatt, and second is the Ghulam Nabi Sumji. Okay, so please remember that. Next important news, very important, it is with respect to the India and Nepal. You should note we have a very close relationship. Again, the way it was between the India and Myanmar as the northeastern border, the close relationship between the ethnic people living on the both sides of the border, the same, even the deeper relationship that is going on between the India and Nepal. There is the cross-border relationship, and that's why we know this as the roti beti ka rishta, because yes, there is the daughters, those who married cross the border, and people come for their job, their livelihood into the both sides. Means they cross both sides so that they can get the livelihood. That's why roti and beti. Okay, so here the External Affairs Minister and same the Nepal Foreign Secretary Seva Lamsal, she is also here, and the talk is going on. The main topic that we are discussing is the Pancheshwar project. This Pancheshwar project that include the electricity and power production, as well as Irrigation. Okay, so this you should remember, and the capacity of this is the 480 megawatt. Okay, and equally it will be divided between the India and Nepal. The issue is that Nepal is talking that the water is ours and India is producing, so India should pay. But India is talking that we are taking your water, but all the mechanism, machinery, man force, we are investing. That's why we will not pay, just it should be equally divided. That's why this progress has not been seen. So that's why here it has stuck. Means you should remember that where this what is the name of the river where this project is we are going to do. So the name of this project is the Mahakali, and Mahakali is the tributaries of the Ghaggar river, and Ghaggar river ultimately is the tributary of the Ganga. So Ganga, finally it's connect to the Ganga, but you should remember this Mahakali river, that is the name of the river where we are making. The other thing is that for the irrigation, we are giving Nepal this 1,30,000 hectare land, and for the India it is 2,40,000 hectares for the Indian territory. So here India dominates, but here the issue is that again the Nepal has the questioning on this, that why the we are giving more water to the India, and that's why the Nepal calls this water as the white gold, because we have the white gold, you should pay. This is the main issue in this talk. It has not come because both think that we are not going to make a common ground. Okay. So you should remember this project, Pancheshwar project. This is very important. The second thing you should always remember is that the Chinese card that Nepal play, that makes the thing complicated. Many a times China tried to attract and convince Nepal to support its project. But yes, it is our relationship, and that's why there is the some of the issue. The second thing is that it is the Maoist movement that other challenges that created into the India-Nepal relationship. So you can remember all these things. Next important news is with respect to the Nagaland government efforts to regulate the coal mining hit the Article 371A. So you should remember that this article is very special for the Nagaland, and it's provided under the constitution that the Nagaland, the tribal people, the area have the special right with respect to their resources such as the land, mines. Okay, and that's why we can see that into the Article 371. This gives the no act of the parliament in respect to the religion, religious or social practices, even into the Naga customary laws, and even here the ownership and transfer of the land and its resources. Okay, so here we have provided the special power to the local bodies and tribal people, and that's why we cannot interfere, and that's why it's become very difficult to make the laws on this area. And here that's why despite there was the death of the near about the 6 miners recently died into this rat hole, and this rat hole are the risky because there is the no provision of the safety and the scientific use, and despite that the government is not able to make this law. This is the issue, please remember this. Next important news, again it is short news, just you should know that the South Korean president is about to visit the India this year, and already we have comprehensive economic partnership agreement that we want to expand that. This is our main motive. Okay. Beside that, you should also know that 2+2 dialogue that is going on, this at the vice minister level, that has been the planning stage for the long. So we will see that what are the further update is coming when the prime minister, the president will be visiting India. So let's see, let's wait, but you should know only one thing that is important, that already we have comprehensive economic partnership agreement. One thing you should remember with respect to the prelims perspective, this spans Navantia. This is the submarine, and India want to buy this under the P75I submarine project that is going on. We want to increase our submarine. Already we saw that we have bought some of the submarines from the France as well. So please remember with respect to this Navantia. Just you remember this. Okay. Next important news that we will take is with respect to this lives and livelihood. We see this into the case where the Indian people, they are opting for the those job that is in the war zone, such as the Russia and the Israel. This is the case where we have seen that many of the people, many of the complaint that comes to the Indian embassy, as well as it was reported into the Hindu as well, that many people who joined the helper to the Russian army, but they were sent to the war zone to fight. Okay, and there was the death of the few of them. So it shows that the India needs a proper protocol on the immigrants, those who are going there should be the proper information that should be provided, because those people who are going, they were not clearly explained that what is their job. Actually, it was said that they are going as the helper of the army, they will not go on to the war zone. But ultimately, they were sent to the war zone and many of them died. Generally, it's happened that whenever there is the war, the people come back to the India. But this time, it shows that the people are opting because the job that opportunity they are finding there is attractive. This is the one case. Okay. Beside that, we have seen that the recruiter who do this recruitment, they give in a false information to these people, and that's why it's become very important that whenever the government is going to for proceed on this type of the immigration, there should be the proper vetting. It should be the vetted properly, and after that it should be the clearly mentioned to the people who are opting to go. And we saw that this is not only problem with the India, but it is problem with the Nepal, Pakistan and the Bangladesh, because these agents, those who are recruiting, they are spread on all this area. Okay. And the people, they are very marginalized, they are facing a lot of lack of opportunity, and that's why it is choosing, they are choosing for this to go for this conflict zone. Okay. So this is the case, this numerous case of the Indian traveling the dangerous zone internationally or even undertaken odiously journey as illegal immigrants reflect the deep economic distress and the job shortage in India. This is the case. We are people facing the job shortage here, and for them, if they are getting the 2 lakh 50,000 at the monthly salary, this is very much attracting. But the people, it is the responsibility of government to please take care of their people. Then the next question, next analysis that we will take is with respect to the strength versus the region. And here we are talking about the bills to grant the reservation for the Maratha. So we saw that the Maratha, this Maharashtra government has brought the bill that provide the 10% of the reservation. But the thing is that already there has been the previous two act, and that all has been declared at the unconstitutional, the same type of the bill. So, as per the Supreme Court, we know that the only union government is empowered to identify the socially and educationally backward classes. So, as per the Article 16 and 15 and 16, both provide that there should be the provision for the special provision for this educationally and socially backward people. But the thing is that it is not the state government, and it is the union government that can provide. And we know that this economically weaker section quota that has been provided for the 10% has already been due to the amendment to the our constitution, and that's why it was held valid. But this has created a Pandora box for the more and more reservation. Now in the Maharashtra, after this Maratha reservation, this is going for the 72%. So mostly this is chance that if it will go into the Supreme Court, there is the chance that Supreme Court will declare it as the invalid. Next important news is with respect to this article that is talking about what is the condition of the Indian economy. So here it has mentioned that both there is the controversy that even the party in the power, the government that is claiming there is the some truth, there is the also the opposition that is opposing this economic claim of the ruling government, is also there is the some truth. Okay, so here it has mentioned that what is the thing, the government of the time is claiming that the size of the growth of the domestic product GDP, which is the projection to become the third largest in the near future. Okay, this is the true. If you are going to be third largest economy, so there is economic growth. Beside that, it is talking about the number of the people that they have moved out of the poverty. This is the largest into the recent time. This shows that yes, this is true, there has been a tremendous economic growth. Nothing again. The soaring stock market indices, which claims to be opening up the avenue for the entrepreneurship and the wealth creation, this also show that the economic growth has been there, because this stock market has gone touch the highest number. Beside that, it is also talking about the number of the passenger cars, domestic air passenger traffic, that all has been increased. Okay. So beside that, it is talking about there is the increase into the this stock market uh, in stock market trading. Marketing has been very huge. Okay, so all the data has been given here. The number of the cars that has been sold, the average price the people have brought, that is also gone high from the 7.5 lakh to the 11.5 lakh, near about 50% increase into the average price, and near about the number of people who have bought this also has increased for the two times. Okay, so this is showing that yes, people are growing, people are getting the benefit of this economic growth. Okay, number of the demat account that has increased, again it was the 40 million, now it is 143 million. Okay, so this shows that if the people have the demat account, they are going for the trading, means they are getting into the, they are hiking, they are ascending into the hierarchical order. Okay, so here it has given that, but this doesn't give the real picture. There is the dual economy, that yes, there is the one segment of the people who are benefiting, but there is the segment of the people who have stagnated in their income or their growth or the wealth creation. For example, here it has given that if you are talking about the so much growth, then how the number of the people who are getting the food, free food grain under your Pradhan Mantri Garib Kalyan Yojana, that has increased. Okay, now it is the 1.81 crore people are getting this free ration. On the name of that, they are under the poverty line. Okay, so and this number is increasing, and it goes to the 57% of the total population. If we take the recent updated data, this is not from the Indian government because the census has not been updated, but it is from the United Nations World Population, that gives that Indian population is 140 crore, near about 142 crore. So 57% of the population who are not able to afford the food grain, you are talking about the so much growth into the this car. 40 lakh people have bought this car. Okay, near about how many? This is around this million units. 3 means 34 lakh car. So has been. Beside that, it is talking that the people who want the job under the Manrega, Mahatma Gandhi National Rural Employment Guarantee Scheme. This is scheme talk that if you don't have to do anything, please come to us. And if you are ready to do the unskilled work, we will give you 100 days of the work in a year. We will pay the minimum wage as well. 250 rupees, 300, something like that. Okay, so if the people are coming for this type of the job, that is the last resort, and there has been the increase in the demand for this, how you are talking about the people are coming out of this poverty cycle. Okay, here it has given that to those who are working into the field, the percentage has increased. The people go into the, again into the farming, if they don't have the job, salaried job, or the industrial work or the service sector work. And if the people is going more, returning back to the farming, means the economy is not good in the condition for these people. If you are talking about beside that, here it has given that already we studied into this this editorial that the people are going into the war hit area, and in the war hit Israel area, the government was recruiting people to go to the Israel because the Palestinian, they are not allowed to enter into the Israeli industries now because due to this war. So there is lot of vacancies, and government is sending our people, particularly into the Haryana and UP. We saw that the government recruited these people. So this shows that there is the condition is the reverse. Normally the people come from the war hit zone. We always see that yes, we have sent our ship and aeroplane to bring the people who are into the war zone. Now we are sending the people into the war zone. This is the condition. If you are talking about the trade, option market trade, that is the other thing. This option market trade in India is not healthy because we saw that mostly this option market trade, this stock option market trade, this is the very much speculative. This is not that much for the investment purpose. If you think that this is for the investment purpose, so you can see that the average time for this option trading is the 30 minutes. I mean, just they are speculating if the time, because generally if I want to borrow money, if someone has invested, I will want it for the longer period of time, just so that I could invest in my company, my industry, and I will get some time so that I could grow, and after that I will pay back. If after 30 minutes those who have lended me money come again and ask please return back, it will be the disaster for my industry, whatever the company I have opened. So here it has shown that this is not good. This shows that 90% of these people who have done this retail trading, they have lost the money, lost nearly 44,000 crore people. Means those who are there also they are losing. This is generally in the stock market. You go with the so much interest. You think that with the dream that I will earn lot of money, but ultimately you lose the money in this market. And this is the data that show that the 90% of the people who went to there, they thought that they will do the lot of better thing, but they have not done the growth they thought. Okay. Here it has given the incidence of indebtedness was about 35% in the rural area, that is 40% among the cultivated household. So there has been the increase in this indebtedness as well. Okay. So in the rural area, the thing is that there is the stress in this economy, and yes, that is not that much as though it was represented by the government. Next news is with respect to this investment into the Indian child. So here it has said that this article is talking that investment in the early childhood is very important, and the most important thing is it is the it is the Anganwadi where we need a lot of investment. But here the picture shows that the investment in this Anganwadi system is not good, because it is talking about the if we are going for the healthy childhood, then it will have the healthy workforce in the future, and there will be the high productivity. Okay, so here it has given this article is talking all about that what are the benefit. Here it has given the different data with respect to that, crossing 100% gross enrollment ratio at the primary level, and now the quality with an increased focus on the measuring the learning outcomes. That should be our area. Okay, so this is all about, you should know, this is talking with respect to this. All news article is relevant for your mains perspective. Next important news that we will take is on irregularities in the vertical devolution. This is the tussle between the center and state. This is particularly with respect to the way we are going to divide the taxes and the revenues. Okay, so what is the main job of the Finance Commission? This is the main job of Finance Commission is the allocation of the revenue and division vertically between the center and the state, and also this is the horizontal division between the different states. This is the main thing. The thing is that, but there is the case that gradually we saw that the Finance Commission has asked for the devolve more and more percentage, but in the literal sense, in the front explicitly if it is indicating that yes, it is from the 32% to the 42% as per the 13 to the 14th and 15th Finance Commission. In the 13th Finance Commission, it asks that please divide the share with the state the 32%. Now with the 14 and 15 Commission, it was the 42% and 41%. That was the recommendation. So you should know that this recommendation of the Finance Commission is not non-binding. This is the recommendatory. Okay, but the yes, government shows that yes, we follow. But the thing is that this all the net proceeding that include the gross tax revenue from the which the share would have to be vertically devolved to the union and all states. Okay, so only income taxes and excise duty were the shared with the states, but gradually it was included, and lastly only the cess and surcharge that was excluded by the amendment to the constitution into the 2000. So the net proceed include all the taxes except this cess surcharge and the money that is invested into the collection. The cost of collection here it is given. Okay. So this is the net investment. Okay. But over the decade we have seen that this surcharge and cess that has increased, because this is excluded from the net proceeds. Okay, the division is in the net proceed. What is the cess? Cess is the tax on the tax, and cess has the definite nature, means it could be for the education, it could be for the health, it could be for the road, it could be for the environmental protection. So there is the specific area that if you are taxing on the tax, we will invest this. For example, if there is the 100 rupees of the product and the tax is the 10 rupees, so out of 10 rupees, there will be the tax on this 10 rupees, that will be the cess and the surcharge. Cess has the definite nature, means it will say that this cess is for the Swachh Bharat India, or this cess is for the construction of the highway, this cess is for the expenditure into the education. So it has a definite nature, but the surcharge, there will be the no definite nature, they will be taken for the any of the activity that union government want. So if the cess and surcharge increases, the division pool decreases. Okay. So if I say that there is the 100 rupees of the total tax collection, and the government, there is 100 rupees of this net proceed. So if government will be clever at the union level, they will say that 20 rupees will be surcharge. So we will exclude this 20 rupees out of this net proceeding. We will bring only the 80 rupees for the net proceeding. So as this cess and surcharge increases, this pie decreases. This will, if they will increase 30%, so it will be 70%. So that's why state oppose this cess and surcharge, and this is need to be rectified. Here it is given that how this surcharge and cess has been gradually increasing. The government has said that it was 18% in 2019-20, 25%, 2021, 28% into the 2021-2022. Gradually this is increasing, and if this is increasing means there is the decrease into the share money for the states. That's why they are opposing. Besides that, there is the centrally sponsored scheme and the central sector scheme. Again, centrally sponsored scheme where the central government asks that I will give 60%, you have to take 40%. For example, if I don't have capacity, even if you support some in some of the area where I need to pay for the 40%, this 40% is loss for me. For example, if I am living in a hot area like in the Tamil Nadu, there is no cold, and if the government goes and asks people, the state government, please you should distribute the sweaters and very thick sweaters, woolen sweaters for the people, and you have to pay 1000 crore. Out of 1000 crore, I will give the 600 crore, you have to pay 400 crore. For the Tamil Nadu government, this 400 crore will be like the waste, because they want, because there is no need. This is the extra burden. The same thing is here with the central sponsored scheme. Generally, the state government do not want to pay for the area where they do not need for that. Besides that, CAG has also said that this cess and surcharge has not been included into the Doge account where it was intended. There has been the gap between the amount that was tax under the cess and surcharge and the amount that has been sown into the account, that has been the diverted. The expenditure of that area has been diverted, and that's why it is the cause of concern. So in the last it has given that there should be the reform and the way forward here given, that what are the way forward. There should be the sharing of the resource from the individual pool, and the extent of the cessions must be matter of the critical importance for the 16th Finance Commission that we have constituted for the upcoming tax sharing, and it is under the Arvind Pangaria. Please remember that. Okay. So this Finance Commission must take the intuitive to the correct the historical wrong in the vertical devolution through the compensation to the state. There is need for whatever you are doing, whatever you are diverting on the name of the this cess and surcharge, please do the compensation. Okay, and there should be the union government to publish the accurate estimate of the net proceed, because there is the complication created by the central government so that the clear picture cannot be projected. So this is all about for the today's news. We hope that mostly we have covered. In the next news, that is with respect to the some of the area that let's talk about the personal law of the Muslims personal law, and there has been the deviation from the what has been in the law and in the practice. Here it has given, normally we think that only this is the talaq that is for the male person, but in the Islam there is also law for the talaq. There is the divorce that women can start, and this is known as the khulla, and beside that there is the mubarat as well. So these are the things that is provided into the law, the Islamic law, but it is not into the practice because the dominance of the this patriarchal mental mindset. Okay, there is also this form of the divorce that is known as the first, that is so there are a lot of type of the divorce system has been there, and many only a few of that has been the corrupt practices that has become the central point, but the many of the good thing like the khulla and mubarak that is not practiced. This is all about that has given here. In the last it has given that this Muslim community, this rightfully proud of the law, their glorious law, that yes, we provide the women's equal right. They have the also right for the divorce under the khulla and mubarak. It is for the mutual divorce. Okay, mutual consent between the husband and the wife. But here it is given that you celebrate this law but do not practice. This khulla is not practiced. There has been the died dormant into the practice. Some of the practice question with respect to the topic that we have discussed. Take the first question. Consider the following. The protection of Naga customary law. Second, restriction on the transfer of land ownership to the non-Nagas. The above are specific provision within Article 153 of the Indian Constitution, Article 371A of the Indian Constitution, the 6th Schedule of Indian Constitution, provision of Nagaland Reform Act. Question number 2. Which of the following rivers is associated with the Pancheshwar multi-purpose project? Budhi Gandak, Mahakali, Saraswati, Son. Please answer. Next question. The Pancheshwar multipurpose project is aimed at enhancing cooperation and mutual benefit between which two neighboring countries? India and Bhutan, India and Bangladesh, Nepal and India, India and Myanmar. This is the Myanmar. This is question number 4. The Pancheshwar multiple project aimed at the enhancing cooperation, and yes, same question is there, I think. Okay, this is the same question. Next question. The union budget proposes a new infrastructure cess on the import of a specific good. This implies that the cess is intended to A. Generate revenue to fund infrastructure development, discourage the import of the non-essential goods, provide relief to the domestic manufacturers, all the above. Please answer. Last question, question number 5. Consider the following responsibility. A. Allocation of the fund between center and state government, setting target for the fiscal deficit, debt levels, regulating the operation of the Reserve Bank of India, formulation of union budget. How many of the above responsibilities is primary responsibility of Finance Commission of India? Only one, only two, only three, all the four. Please answer. So this is all about for the today's news. I hope we have covered all this area in a very comprehensive manner. Here we will conclude our session. Thank you for joining the session. All the best. Jai Hind.